What's going on, guys? It's Austin FFA here, or Luna. So, many of you actually left likes and comments and I got outrageous feedback on last video saying, oh my god, please do a video on how to hide your weed. And I know Cody does stoner tips, and definitely go check out that if you want more, tips on being a stoner. But I have a few great hiding places that I've used that I've never been caught with, and I really wanted to teach you guys the best places to put your weed, the best places to just, feel, have confidence in where you hid your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I know people at my school who hide their weed in their fucking shoes when they come home, and it's like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. So, I'm going to start with the more easier spots that probably be easier to find. It all depends on your parents, honestly. If you guys have really non-strict parents that don't give a shit about you smoking weed, you could probably hide your weed under your bed and get away with it. But I'm going to tell you guys what I did and just all the places I used to hide my weed, because I basically got away with every hiding place. It's just sometimes I would be lazy and forget about my weed somewhere, and that's when I would get fucked over. So, number one spot, that's probably the easiest to get found, would be basically putting it in somewhere like a pocket, or leaving it on you. That's a huge mistake. You don't ever leave your weed on you because it can make you reek. And, putting it in your shoes by the front door, that's a horrible spot. My friend did that. Putting it, I've heard some people put it on their pillows, but if your mom goes near your bed, that's not a good spot. Like I said, it all depends on your certain situation, but I know you can get away with a lot of easy hiding spots as well if your parents aren't too strict about going into your room. Funniest thing that I learned when I used to hide my weed is that you can literally hide your weed in plain sight and get away with it if you're smart enough. That meaning, I used to hide my weed in a deodorant case, and that is my number one spot for you guys. If you want to get away with hiding your weed, take the deodorant out of your deodorant, stick. Double bag your weed, maybe even triple bag it. Stick it to the bottom of the deodorant stick where there's you took the deodorant out so you could shove it to the bottom. Put the deodorant back in to the stick, and then close the top. It's completely smell proof. I'm not even kidding. It's the best thing ever. You can open your deodorant and use your deodorant, and you won't smell weed at all. It's the greatest spot ever. I would be able to take my deodorant to friends' houses with a good gram on me and get away with it. It's awesome. That is my number one spot, and that's any other spot, it's cool. You can hide your weed in crazy spots, but you could literally hide your weed in plain sight with that. But if your parents are really smart, they can take out your deodorant, but if you haven't been caught before, I recommend doing that because that is the best spot to go with. So, and because, people aren't just going to take off your deodorant cap and be like, my son's never smoked weed before. Let's see. You know what I mean? No one does that. So, I recommend number one spot in my book is the deodorant thing. But that can fail sometimes. So, let's move on to the other spots. Another good spot that I've heard of that I've actually never tried. Oh, no. I did put a bowl in this spot once. I remember from back in the day, I was at my friend's house, and I heard about this spot, but I never used it at my house. So I used it on his bowl, and I think it worked pretty good. He said he never got caught with it. So you lift up your mattress where you would sleep on, and you cut a slit in the bottom of your mattress, and you put your, paraphernalia, your weed, into the slit of the mattress and hide it in your bed. And I heard that's a good spot because it's flat on the bed frame, and the smell doesn't really leak. And, your parents obviously aren't just about to cut a hole in your bed and go look for weed down there. So I heard that's a good spot. Another good spot that I actually used is I had this picture thing. It was a cube. I had a cube toy, and you could hold pictures in it. And you could literally pop off the plastic containers to change the pictures. And I had my weed in this cube, and you couldn't get to it. And it was so cool, but it really wasn't a good hiding spot because I know that the smell was leaking really good. And basically, I don't know too many other good spots, but one of the last spots I'm going to leave you guys with that is pretty simple but can do really good is make sure, first of all, before you use any of these hiding spots, double bag your weed just in case the smell leaks, or even triple bag, maybe even quad bag it if you got some real Maui Wowie shit. Double bag your weed and then put it into this is the best, this is a really simple spot, but you cut a hole like a tiny little non-noticeable slit and a stuffed animal, and you put your weed in there, and then you put it on a shelf up high where you would, I don't know, if any of you got little brothers, I know when I was little I had this shelf where I would keep stuffed animals, and my one friend, and I grew up now and I still have that shelf, and I just used to put weed up there. So let me know your guys' hiding spots in the comments below. I actually really want to know what you guys do, because I know some of you are some smart ass motherfuckers. So leave your hiding spots in the comments below. And yeah, so I might do a part 2 to this, like, which is like, I don't know, I'm trying to think, what was it, the best smoking, like, homemade smoking gadgets you can make. So leave a like for that, and leave a comment of all your favorite weed hiding places. Sorry. But yeah, it's been Austin FFA or Luna. I love you guys so much. Peace.